But largely, you see, most of these things has to do with the frame of mind of the man who is at the helm. From my own perspective, I was elected under the same constitution we're talking about. And I must say that considerable extent we didn't have this kind of interference that we're witnessing today, though this was over a decade ago. In fact, let me put it on record that our own set of chairmen were the first to serve out our tenure under the law that elected us. And it's because we took on the House of Assembly head on. In this case, it was not even the governor. It was the House of Assembly. At this point, the speaker had to ask me in Yoruba, "I'm a kilo share now. We can't even say any small thing. Instead of you to come and let us talk, you'll be heading to court." We went to court thrice, and on 3 occasions we came out tops. And that was the only way we were able to, maybe because I was a lawyer. I'm a lawyer. And a very active one at that before I got there. So I was bubbling with enthusiasm and everything. So it's the frame of mind of the government. You see, the way they are structured today, they think the local government is their fiefdom. And the kind of ease with which they are able to access local government funds, they don't need all those bottlenecks. I mean, at the local government level, like they would in their own. There are people who today they want to enjoy today, go to jail tomorrow if it's possible. Because they believe there are loopholes in the system that they will be able to navigate and escape accountability at the end of the day. So if their excellency, you're talking about direct funding. If you fund directly, they can take it back. It's round tripping. You understand? They can give it to you and say, look, return it. And you can do very little or nothing. Otherwise, you'll be looking for another job tomorrow. So if we come to, I disagree completely that this is not about negotiation. It's not about negotiation. Did we negotiate the Supreme Court decision? No. Once the Supreme Court is the apex court, is the final court of the land. And I think it is quite audacious for anybody to even think there should be a debate on the pronouncement of the apex court in the land. So by same token, I would want to encourage the Attorney General, who by any means is somebody that knows what he knows is onion, to still take this matter back to the see, the whole process of trying to go through legislation has proven ineffective in resolving this matter. We've been having this conversation for decades now. The only way they can learn is by the apex court going through the same process that they used to stamp their feet on the ground and say, this is what is good for the Nigerian people. Even if it involves, driving roughshods over what you may think are extant provisions of some laws. But again, the law is what the judiciary says it is, because they are the ones constitutionally saddled with the interpretation. So go by way of interpretation, seek the interpretation of the relevant sections of the Constitution, maybe Section 7, and so forth and so on. And agree that, you see, my problem with SIEC is, SIEC, who appoints the members of SIEC? In some states, card-carrying members of political parties,
head SIECs.
They are those on board SIEC. So which one is even the bigger problem? Is it which one came first? Is it the chicken or the egg? Now, so we have to look at all of those. But my own submission, and I think I stand on very strong ground, is that if the Supreme Court, by parity of reason, the same way they took head on this latest pronouncement on the autonomy of local government, the issue of the appropriate body to conduct elections, INEC may have its own flaws, but vis-a-vis SIEC, I think INEC will appear to be like... So
you don't agree with Ezenwa that we should fix the problems in the CX? Instead of...
it's a bit more complicated because you are localizing all of this. You're going to have to deal with some 36 state governors as opposed to just focusing on the apex court, coming out with that pronouncement and we're getting everybody to comply.
So you think it will be a long process?
I think it will be a long process because if in terms of trying to fix INEC, SEC itself, you have to go through constitutional amendment. And that process will still go back to the respective state House of Assembly. And if you look at the
But you called
antecedent,
for amendment earlier on. We said that there's need for us to...
ordinarily,
make
yes,
some
but
amendment.
I'm saying that what we couldn't do using the respective states House of Assembly, the Supreme Court has done for us. And the beauty of it is it's beyond challenge or argument. They have said it, they have said it. Whether you think it's right or wrong or open to negotiation or not, that today is the law, irrespective of what you think the law says. So my take is that the Attorney General should still go back to the Supreme Court, place this matter before it. Let us have a favorable interpretation that is in sync with the aspiration of the ordinary Nigerian.
Okay,
That's the only way to break through this, in my humble opinion.